Welcome to The Escape from Conflict. In this program, we will diagnose how the ego creates inner conflict and how a sane mind can be restored. Drawing on principles from A Course in Miracles, we will examine the dynamics of ego, the obstacles to peace, and the practical steps that lead to lasting psychological clarity. We begin with the premise of the split mind. On one side is the illness, the illusion that we are separate, isolated selves competing to survive. On the other side is the remedy, a correction of perception. By learning forgiveness as a change in how we see, we heal the belief in separation and move toward genuine sanity. Here we map the closed loop of chaos. Fear and guilt arise first, convincing the mind it is separate and unsafe. To escape this discomfort, the mind projects guilt onto others, then attacks what it sees outside itself. Each attack confirms its own guilt, feeding fear again. Understanding this loop is the first step to stepping out of it. Sickness is presented as a false witness. The ego's goal is to equate our identity with a vulnerable body, proving we can be hurt. Illness then seems to testify that the body is real and separate from mind. The cure is a shift in purpose, using the body only as a loving means of communication, not as a target for fear or attack. This slide contrasts two systems of thought. Under the ego's laws, we identify with a small, threatened body, project guilt, and live bound to past and future. Under God's laws, we identify with a shared, expansive mind, extend joy, and rest in a continuous present. The body becomes a neutral tool for connection rather than defense. Not all helpers heal. The unhealed healer still believes in guilt and sickness, and therefore tries to fix illusions with more illusions. The true therapist recognizes that healing comes from a higher source. By not attacking the darkness but calmly exposing it, he allows the light of a sane mind to replace it without resistance. We now examine the mechanics of a miracle. A miracle is not a physical intervention, but a teaching device that reorders perception. Because all illusions are equally unreal, there is no hierarchy of difficulty in miracles. In practice, miracles express love, translating denial into truth by recognizing the inherent guiltlessness in others. The holy instant is the decision to live in the present. The ego uses the past to generate guilt, and the future to anticipate punishment. In the holy instant, time is suspended. The past is gone, guilt has no source, and fear has no target. Only here, in a present free of judgment, can communication and genuine escape from conflict occur. Act 3 introduces the obstacles to peace. Imagine your relationship as a temple of healing, whose peace naturally wants to extend to everyone. As this peace grows, it meets self-imposed barriers in the mind. Our task is to recognize these obstacles, understand how they operate, and gently move beyond them toward the temple of healing. The first obstacle is the subtle desire to get rid of peace. The mind may cling to small grievances, tiny walls of resentment that seem harmless but actually defend the ego. These barriers resist peace because peace would end the ego's rule. By not fearing this resistance, we allow peace to flow across it and join us without obstruction. The second obstacle is the attraction of the body. We may believe the body's pleasures and vulnerabilities define our value. When peace begins to transcend the body, the ego pulls us back by focusing on physical needs and pains. We overcome this by recognizing that true communion is a wholeness that extends far beyond any physical form. The circle of atonement represents inclusive healing. At its center is the recognition that God's Son, our shared identity, is guiltless. The circle has no end. We secure our own place in peace only by including everyone else. The rule is simple: cast no one out. Any exclusion fragments the circle and delays complete healing. We conclude with the real world. Seen through healed perception, this is not a different place, but this same world without the overlay of guilt. When the laws of chaos are abandoned, every meeting becomes a holy encounter and every moment a holy instant. In this light, only the real world of shared innocence truly exists.